reasons why it is more blessed or blessed to give than to receive. And we saw the previous devotions that we've had that giving is how God demonstrates his love for us. And therefore, if you love, you will give. Number 2, we said that giving makes you happy. When you give, you'll be happy. There was a survey that was done, and it showed that 43% of people who gave blood or two or three times a year were very, very happy, as opposed to 29% of people who never give. So giving makes you happy. There's the happiness that comes in to your heart. There's a satisfaction that you have in your heart when you give, giving of your time. And you said it's not just money. Not just money. When you're talking about giving, it is not about money. When you go and visit a children's home and you offer yourself to spend time with these children, to spend time with the elderly, you have given of yourself. And this gives and brings in a satisfaction that no man can give, that nothing else can give. And you become happy. There's a joy that comes into you when you give. Now, the other thing is that giving is the way through which God blesses others. It is more blessed to give than to receive. Giving is the way through which God blesses others. In other words, when you give, God is using you to bless others. When you give, you become a blessing to other people. When you give, you bring a smile to the lives and the faces of other people. When God was talking to Abraham about creating a nation that will be his, the point was always about being a blessing to others. He tells Abram that I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great so that you will be a blessing. God blesses you to be a blessing. God blesses you, and I said this the other day, that when God blesses you, the blessing is not just for you, but for the people around you. God blesses you to bless other people. God blesses you to bring a smile in the faces of other people. God doesn't often drop his providence out of the sky. He blesses us so that we can be able to bless other people. God has given you. Let me say this. Never complain when people come to you every time asking you for help. Never complain when people come to you asking you for support. Don't complain that every time they're coming to me, every time it is me, every time ni mimi, kwani hawaoni nachoka. No, God has chosen you to be a blessing to other people. And if God has chosen you, listen, God will always provide. At no time will you lack that which you will give. At no time will you lack that which you will give to the people that are coming to you, because God knows that he has chosen you to be a blessing to the widow. God knows that he has chosen you to be a blessing to these orphans. God has chosen you, and because he is the source, he will make sure that these oases will never lack. You are not the source, but God is the source. When they come to you, just turn to God and tell God, God, look at me, your servant. They need these. Give me, and he will give you to give to them. Therefore, never complain. Never complain. When God has chosen you to be a blessing to those people, never. Because he will provide. He will always provide. Just thank the Lord. Thank God and go before the Lord and say, God, thank you that you have chosen me. Thank you because you've seen me worthy to be providing to all these people, to be a source of hope to these people, to be a source of joy to these people. And because you're not the source, God is the source. And your stream will never run dry, and you will always be giving. You will always be giving. Be it finances, you will always be given, and God will replenish you. God will replenish you, because God will not come down from heaven. God will not come down from heaven to feed. He will use a man to give. Giving is the way God blesses others. So just allow God to use you. Even when you're giving, allow God. Don't gonga yourself kifuna sema ni mimi. It is not by your own doing. It is by the grace of God. And finally, for today, giving helps us to live longer. It helps us to live longer. There's a journal, Health Psychology, was published in there was a study that was published there in the Health Psychology Journal in the year 2012 that found that people who regularly volunteer live longer. But there was a catch. It had to be for unselfish reasons. For unselfish reasons. If you volunteered for any reason beyond the joy of giving, it didn't have the same long-term health benefits. So giving helps us live longer. It helps us grow into the knowledge and understanding of God. Giving also makes us understand God better, because God is the greatest example of the best giver, because he gave his only son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross because of our sins. So giving helps you to live longer because it makes you happy. It satisfies your heart. And most importantly also, God will make sure that you live longer. You will live longer to be a stream of hope to the people around you. Giving makes God happy. Therefore, my question for you today: are you a giver? Are you happy when you give? Do you enjoy giving? Or you're this person who's always receiving? You always want to be given. You always want to receive. Receiving and receiving. Mkono birika. And the more you give, the more you receive. You will never run dry. Start giving today. Start giving